Well, welcome aboard. I'm Captain Jake, and we're back with another episode of B-17 Queen of the Skies. So we'll cover a recap real quick, but I'd like to welcome everybody in. So, well, we're going to get right to it because you never know how long these episodes are going to be. So, as you can see here, we are on Mission 7. We don't know where we're going yet. We don't know where our bomb run is, but everybody made it. And the ball gunner, he gets a plus, he got +1 here, so we need to circle that. He'll get, once he gets 5, he becomes a little bit better of a shooter. The one guy that we had severely wounded was the starboard waist gunner, if you remember correctly. And what happened to him was he recovered in time for this mission, so maybe it wasn't as serious as they thought initially. So, first things first, on Majestic Reaper will be determining what target we're going to today. So, well, we're going to use the old flowchart by Lee Barlow. And, okay, pre-flight mission steps. Mission determination. It's going to be a G1, G2, or G3. Well, we are on mission 6 to 10, so it's a G2 run because we're on 7. After, when we hit mission 11, then we can go everywhere, which includes deep into Germany. So, anyway, we're going to roll our 1 die here, and we got a 4. So, we come down here, we look where 4 is. 4 is Rotterdam. It's a shipyard. So, we annotate that here. Target city. Rotterdam. Target type is shipyard. All right, now let's look at the map and see where Rotterdam is. Here it is, right there, and I think it's in Belgium, or is that Netherlands? I can never remember. So we got a zone 1, 2, 3, and it is in zone 4. So we could end up with a little bit more fighters, as they would say. Okay, so now what we do is we go to G4, which is going to be our formation. Our formation position. The first thing we do is we roll for our formation position, 2 die, and that's a 5, and we are in the middle. So our position is in the middle. Now we roll 1 die to determine what squadron we're in. And again, we would prefer to be in the middle. High is nothing. Low, we get a +1, which is not good. So let's roll our 1 die here. And we got a 5, just where we didn't want to be. Low. Okay, so that's a +1. Or does that mean, yeah, no? Yeah, let me think. I'm not sure. Maybe I got that backwards. Anyway, so we are low. Our next thing will be our zone information. So we flip this chart over and we find Rotterdam. They're in alphabetical order. Zone 2 is right now is a -2 over water. And this is a -3 is -1 over water. And this one is a 0. So that's where we leave that, and we'll make the adjustments here. I can't remember exactly what to do, so I'm going to pause everything for a second, and I'll be back. Okay, I do believe I got this. So we get a +1 here. So this is a -2. So this will be a -1. This will be a 0, and this will be a +1. So, because we're a low squadron, we have a tendency to get attacked more. So, we don't know what the weather is. Okay, first thing we do is we're going to move the bomber. All right, here we go. We're into zone 1. We've got pre-flight done. Everybody's good to go, lined up, and we take off, and we're now in zone 1. Done. Fighter cover for the zone. I don't have to do that right now because of It's just, there can't be any attacks. So now we're into zone number 2. And now we can get attacked by Germans. So last time we got shot up, our Norden bomb site got hit on the first run. So we determined the fighter cover for the zone. So let's go to, what is G5? Okay, fighter cover. Missions 1 automatically good. Okay. Roll 1 die. Determine fighter cover for zone. Okay, each zone we have to determine fighter cover. So we're going to roll 1 die here. 1 to 2 is poor. 3 to 4 fair. And 5 and 6 is good. Let's hopefully for good. 5, yes. Outstanding. Zone 2 is good. Okay, wonderful. Sweet. All right, so we've done that. Now we're going to roll for attacking waves on B1 or B2. We flip over to B1 here. Number of German fighter waves in non-designated target zone. We roll 1 die again. 1 to 2 is none. 3 to 5 is 1. And 6 is 2. So don't roll a 6, whatever you do. 1. We get 1 wave. All right. So now we go to B3 here. And I'm probably going to be off just a little bit with the chart. Like I said, you probably won't see many of these. So now we got 1 wave. And let's see where we're going to annotate that. Well, we don't need to annotate it. So let's look at 1 wave. We go to B, note, go to table B3. So here we go. We're going to roll for our fighter types. And it is 2 die for this roll. And there's a whole list of them. And it's flashed up on your screen at some point here when I edit and post-production. So let's see what we end up with. We end up with a 4, 3, which is 43. All right. We end up with a 190 high, 2 109s. All right, so let me get my aircraft here. All right, so we end up, like I said, that's 43. We are 190, 12 high. And let's go to 2 109, 1 at 130, and 1 at 3, both level. And that's where I have to move the die tower here momentarily. Okay, we got 2 fighters. Okay, they're level. Just half on, half off. I can see I'm going to need to change that so it doesn't roll up like that. So, it doesn't look too bad up there though, so that's okay. And now he's level. And that's the 2 that we have. And let's see, is there any notes for that? 43? No notes for it. Now we got our waves. We got specific fighters in each wave, B3. Now we do fighter cover defense. So we are good in zone 2. So let's go to our fighter cover defense. We are good. And the number first is the number we run off initially. So if we would roll a 5 or a 3, that was minus. It doesn't matter because it's still 1 wave. Zone 4 is going to be a +1 wave when we get to zone 4. So we're still good. So we want to roll a 5 or a 6. We roll 5 or 6. The first number is the number of the fighters driven off by the initial attack phase. The number in the parentheses is the number of fighters driven off in successive attack phases. So 5 or 6 would be good. 2. Well, that wasn't exactly great. That is a 1 fighter runoff. So let's take a look here at our charts. We got 12 o'clock high. We got the nose gunner. We got to roll a 6, so it doesn't matter. With the 190s at level, got to roll a 6 there also. And let's see here, level, 3 level. we can roll. Okay, well, we can roll the turrets. Are going to be better. We got 109 or 190. Oh, there it is, 109. We can roll 5 or 6 and hit them. So our best bet is to get rid of the 190. So he's gone. These two guys are going to come in for their attack. Assign my defensive fire. So, okay. First fire, defensive fire on this guy from 130 level. We got the starboard cheek only, and he has to roll a 6. Resolve defensive fire M1, M2. Okay, defensive fire. He's got to roll a 6 to hit this guy. 4 misses. Now we got this guy, which is 3 o'clock level. Let me make sure. Starboard cheek. Mark it off. Now we have 3 level. We have the top and ball turrets and the waist. So starboard waist is definitely going to fire. The ball turret definitely going to fire. Got nothing to write. Making holes in it. So we got the ball turret here and the top turret. I don't think we'll use up all of our ammo, but you never can tell. So now we're at the level, and 3 level. We have a fire at each one. Okay, top turret. Top turret fires 6. He hits them. That's 1 hit on a 109. So let me just write that down. Okay, we got 1 hit, 109. All right. Now we got 3 level for that was this guy. So the cheek got him. Wow. Okay, by the cheek. That'd be by the starboard cheek, SC. All right. Now we got this. No, I'm sorry. We already did that one. Missed. This was the top turret. My bad. And now that I got my handy dandy eraser here, and we're going to make that top turret. TT. All right. Got that annotated. Now next one we're going to go to is ball turret. Ball turret fires. 2, he misses. And I've got the ball turret marked off. Level, and then starboard waist again. Oh, and that's a 3. And he misses also. So let's see what it says over here. German, okay, removed from play if no hits scored. Okay, resolve the defensive fire. We did that. German fighter attacks. Then we do M3. M3, number of German fighter. No, wait a minute. Where do we get resolve defensive fire? Okay, M1, M2. So we got 1 hit. Now we come over to here. We're going to roll 1 die for each hit from table M1. So we're just going to roll 1 die and see what we get. We got a 1. Probably not good. This is fighter damage, but continues to attack at a -1. So he's hit by that. But that fighter now is a -. Oh, I'm going to have to put something under here. Better write. -1. Let's see, fighter's damage, but can continue attack at that. And let's see, add +1 to the die roll, except again. +1 except for the 190s. And 4 + 5 was crap. Actually, that guy got hit by the top and the ball turret. Because the ball turret, if I remember correctly, we rolled a 4, which was a miss. But we add 1, because if you read all of this stuff, we get another hit on him. So now we did this, and 2 or more FC is okay. FCA. So we want to we fire and see what kind of damage we get. 1. Okay. Another fighter, but continues at -1. Note here is 2 or more FCAs equal a fighter damage and breaks off after this attack. And he comes in at -2. So it's a -2 on his die roll. That's good. All right. So we've done that. Now we have the number of German fighter attacks. It's all defensive fire, German fighter attacks, M3. So we go to M3 here, and it looks like we're rolling 1 die again, and attack position is 130. To hit me, he's got to roll a 5 or a 6. 4. Let's make sure. Regardless of a modifier in effect, a roll of 6 is always. As a result of a hit, go to table B4 to determine number of shells hitting the B-17 from this fighter. Fighters don't score. Hits are removed from the board. He fired. He is removed. This guy is at a -2 no matter what. So even if he rolls a 6, -2 is still it's 4, which is level. Well, if he rolls the 6, is the only way he can hit me, because he can hit me with a 4, 5, or a 6. -2 would mean no hit on a 4 and a 5, and a hit on 6. So don't roll 6, and we're good. Oh my God! Of course we rolled a 6. Oh well, what can I say? So he got one hit, and after that he breaks off his attack. He's damaged, but he breaks off after this attack. So crap. Of course we had to roll a 6. All right, we go to B4, which is going to tell us how many shells hit us. So B4, and this is 3 or 9. We roll 2 die for each attacking fighter. Note, if the attacking fighter is 190, nope, don't do that. If the fighter is at 110, don't. After you determine the number of hits in the B-17, go to table 5 to find out where the shells hit. All right, so what do we have here? Shells hit by area. This would be 3 and 9. And 7 is 1 really high or really low, or more hits. So, well, add them up. Here we go. 3. He hits me with 3 shells. All right, hit notes. So we have 3 shells. Roll a 6. I can't believe we rolled a 6 with a -2. Okay, so now we go to table B5, which must be on the back. Yes, B5. Okay, what do we have here? Attack from 3 or 9 were level. So we rolled 2 die. He had 3 shell hits. So we roll 3 times. First one is what is that? 5. That's waste again. Oh, Jesus. Oh, waste gunner. Okay. We got hit the waste gunner, and we'll find out what happens to him in a minute. Okay, next. Next is a 4, which is nose. Well, that's not good either. And this is from area 2. All right, nose. And now we roll again. And we got a 7. Superficial damage, which we don't have to record. Finally got something, superficial damage. All right, now we determine Let's see, cell locations, then we hit details in the pink and blue cards. Okay, let's go to whichever we happen to be. Flak over target, no. Let's see, effects of flak hits, bombing accuracy. Well, that's the wrong pink card. Oh, right. Well, that's an orange card. Here's the pink card. Okay. We have roll 2 die per shell hit. We got 1 shell hit in the nose. Right. Yes. All right. So we roll and we end up with a 4. Bombardier and navigator and the navigator roll wounds for each separately on table B1-4 with an alpha. The bombardier is KIA or seriously wounded. Bomb run is automatically off target. Well, here I would break formation, turn around and go home because there's no reason. I'll pickle the bombs, turn around and go if these guys get hit. So it says bombardier and navigator. So we roll for wounds each on table B-1. Is that BL-1? Do believe so. Wounds. That is... All right. Now, we roll for wounds. They both got hit. So, we got light wounds. We're going to roll 1 die for the effective crew member. First one for wounds is a 2. All right, he got a light wound. Crewman may continue duties unimpaired. Okay, light wound. Light wound on the bombardier. Okay, navigator. We roll for the... Now, we roll again. We're going to roll for the navigator. 3. And that is a light wound. He can continue. All right, we're still in the game here, folks. We bandage our folks up, and they're a little hurt. So we did that for the nose. Now we go to the waist. Nose, waist, Bombay radio room. No, waist. We're going to roll 2 die for each shell hit, which was just 1. And we got a 5. 5 superficial damage. No effect. Thank goodness. So this is, let's see, we're engineer, co-pilot. Okay, we have a light wound and a light wound. Okay, now, and he breaks off because he was hit. So, off he goes. No successive runs. Now we go back and we move the bomber. Time to go to zone 3. And we don't have to determine, we're going to determine the fighter cover for this zone. And get over here. I think I remember it's a green one. Fighter cover. That is incorrect. Fighter cover is G. Fighter cover, there it is. All right, we're going to roll 1 die and determine what we get. 6. And we look at this. It is also, again, good for zone, which is sweet. Now we're going to roll for the attacking waves on B1 and B2. B1 outside of the zone, so zone 3 is 0, so no modifiers. We roll 1 die. 4. 4 is 1. Let's see, where to start? Go to table B3. Okay, so this is zone 3. Out and out. Okay. Now we go to B3 to see how many waves, and we're going to roll 2 die for each separate wave, which we only got 1, and we got a 42. Okay, 2 109s, 12 level and 130 high. Well, that's not too bad, I guess. Okay, 42, 2 109s, level at 12, which the guy's in the nose again. And let's see here, and 130 high. All right, so he gets put right there. All right, now we've determined that, and for each wave, fighter cover defense. There we go. Fighter cover defense was the 0 change, so we go here, we're in good, and let's roll something, a 3. 3 is 2 fighters run off instantly. So, boom and boom, they're gone in the initial attack phase. So, they were run off before they attacked. I do believe that is correct. Then what would be the point if they could still shoot? Right? Yep. So we had a big 0. Now we go to, we're going to end up going to zone 4. We're going to determine the fighter cover for the zone. And fighter cover, here we go. 5 or 6, please. 4 is a fair. Not zone 4. I made a mistake. It was good here. Oh, I hope I didn't find. Yeah, they attacked me in zone. No, there. Okay. All right, this is fair. Fighter cover was fair. Okay. Fighter cover is fair. Now let's roll for attacking waves, which is over the designated target. So go to table B3, poor or bad weather over the target zone, subtract 1 from this roll. So we have to determine weather over the target zone first, which we haven't done. Weather 01. So weather over the target zone. And what do we have here? We have roll 2 die and just add them up. 10. 10 is unfortunately good weather. Target is good. And no modifiers. Now, let's roll for the number of fighters, which again is just 1 die. 5, which is 2 waves. But this is the +1. So that would make it modified. +1 is 3 waves. Yakadoos. 3 waves. And we're good. We'll go to table B3. So let's find out what the first wave is going to be. And first wave is a 35. 2 190s, level and low. So 190s. Okay, we're going to do our well, we can't because of fighter fair cover. So, all right, we have 35, which is 35. I'm sorry. 2 190s, 12 level, and a 130 low. So this one's off here, and he is level for the 190s. Okay, second wave coming in. Now I'm trying to figure out if all the defensive fire, German, let's see, assign the defensive fire, fighter cover M4, remove German fighters if they don't hit specific fighters. Specified fighters for each wave. Okay, well, that's what it says to do. Third wave is 22, which is 2 110s, 12 low, and 1030 low. Low, and I don't know if you're going to see that, but he's low right there. And 1030 low for the other one. I think that was it, 22, right? 22, 2 110s, 12 low, and 1030 low. Okay. And he's low. Now, third wave is a 62, which is 109, 3 low, for the 109. So he's low. And the 110 is 130 low. There we go. This is low. So let me see here. Do we have any note? That's good. We got them there. We got the specified fighter. Now we do the fighter defense. M4. That's a roll of 1 die for each wave. Okay, first wave, fair cover. 6. We run off 2 fighters on the first wave. So he is gone and he is gone. So far, my fighter waves are doing good. So next one is the next wave, 4, which is, he runs off a 1 fighter, 0 on the second one if he hits me. So that was 42. I'm trying to determine. That was 22. That was the last one we rolled. And I think it was 42. And then the last one was 62. Okay, so 22 is the next wave. And we remove, now I got it, 4. We remove 1 fighter. And that is 2 110s. So let's take a look at 12 low. Ball turret as a 6 and nose is a 6. 2 shots there. 1030 low is ball turret and starboard cheek. And they're both hits with a 6. And let's see, we got any notes down here? Regardless of any modifiers in effect, a roll of 6 is always, if the result is a hit, go to table M2 to determine damage. Okay, that's what we got. So I'm going to take the guy out of the nose. So that's the 1 guy. Now, fair fighter cover for our last wave. 5 is 2. And this one and this one. After all of that, only the 110 came in and shoots at us. Resolve defensive fire, which is M1 and M2. Let's find, we got 1030 low, ball and port cheek. Come over here and we hit ball again and port cheek. There's that. Let's see if we got any other notes here that we need to know about. No notes. So we're going to roll against that fighter, M2. We're going to do fighter cover. Where is my damage? Okay, damage. Hit damage to him. Roll 1 die for each hit result from table M1. So let's do the port cheek first. Miss. And ball turret. Oh, a 6. A hit. 6s are always a hit. So this is, it was actually 3 waves. And ball turret got 1 hit, which we're going to result into, we roll here, 2, which is damage but continues attack at a -1. So 110 is coming in to attack us. 110 at a -1, right? Yes, at a -1 on his offensive fire roll. Let's see. Regardless of any modifiers, in effect, a roll of 6 is always a hit. If the result is a hit, go to table B4 to determine the number of shells hitting the 17 from this fighter. Fighters which don't score hits are removed from the board. So we are 1030 low. Yeah, where is my 1030 low? 1030 level and low, and a 5 or a 6 gives a hit to them, but it's a -1, which is good. So if I roll a 6, it's a 5/5. Well, don't roll a 6. That's the key here. 3. He does not get a hit. It's a miss. Since he misses, he is gone. He breaks off his attack. And since we're over the target area, yep, we've done the waves over the target area. We know what the weather is, number of German fighters, shell locations. Okay. Now we go to a flak over the target. And we already know what this is. Flak over the target is 02, 03, 04, and 05. All O's. All right. 03, flak over the roll 2 times under the appropriate column. Okay. After determining the amount of flak, go to table 03 to see if the B-17 was hit. We roll 1 die. 1 would be no flak, light flak, and don't roll a 6 again. 4. Medium flak. Come down here to medium. Roll 2 die 3 times under the appropriate column. Roll. So, flak. I'm going to annotate that. Flak over the targets. Flak in. And you get 3 rolls. Okay. First roll is a 6, which is a miss. Next is a 9, a miss. And a 7, a hit. All right, you got 1 hit. No, that's not a 7, that's a 6. I can't add. 6, that's a miss also. No flak. I like it. Bomb run 06 and 07. So here we go, our bomb run 06 and 07. So the bombardier, no, add 1. Hit by flak, oh, no. Subtract, no. Bombardier, no. Or, so no, not run off target. After you determine whether the bombs are on target or off, go to table 07. All right, we roll 1 die here. 6 on target. Sweet. So bomb run. And now we come down here on target. Roll 2 die to determine what our percentage is. Determine the percentage of bomb hits within 1,000 feet of the aiming point. And here we go. 2 die. Oh, 2. Oh, a 2. That's 75%. I figured it was going to be bad. No, but it's a 2. So 75%. Good drop. Sweet drop. Okay, so we've done that. Then we turn the bomb. Okay, start a new turn. Turn the bomber around instead of moving it. Yep. Another turn. Here we go. We dropped our bombs. We're heading back. So the first thing we want to do is determine the fighter cover for the zone, which we already have, which is fair. Oh, no, we get to roll again. What am I thinking? There. Okay, zone 4. We roll, but it's a +1 for fighter cover. Fighter cover. Here we go. We roll 1 die. Go. Let's go. Come on. 6 is good. Picked him up, and he's now good. Sweet. Okay. So we got the bomb run. Now we're going to roll for the attacking waves, which is the B1 or B2. Yeah, we know B1, which is the number of German fighter waves in designated target zone. And we get a +1, unfortunately. All right, here we go. Oh, God, darn it. 3 again. Waves. Well, good news is we got pretty good fighter cover, which is out 3 waves. It didn't matter. We rolled a 6. We rolled a 6 here. So what did that matter? +1 is still not where we want to get it. So here we go. Now we got the number of fighter waves, and then we roll 2 die for each wave and set them up like we did last time. So first fighter wave is a 422. I seem to know that. It's 2 110s, 12 low and 1030 low. 12 low and 1030 low. Next wave. Yeah, I'm going to write that down. First wave was a 22. 1 was 22. 2 was, and 3 was. Roll, and we end up with a 55. 55. Oh my God. No, wrong one. Oh, Jesus. Not good. All right, we got 1 190 at 12 low. He's also 12 low. 3 109s. Luftwaffe didn't like me bombing their 75% on their target. So we got 3 109s. We got 12 level here. Then we have 12 high, which is here. And 1030 level. All right. That's our 3 waves. Now, let's see. Any notes on 55? Oh, no, that was just the second wave, 55. All right. Do we have any notes on 22? No. 55? No notes. All right. Next wave. We roll a 14. So, 14. 14 is, oh, Jesus, 4 109s. I'm going to run out of cards here on 109s. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, Luftwaffe is going to get their, I think they're going to get their stuff back. So, okay, 4 109s. We have 12 high. Again, high. 1030 high. 130 high. 130 high. And 12 level. Okay. Wow. Okay, let me just see. There were no notes. D. Okay, we're not worried about D. So, excuse me. Let's see here. Now, we need to roll for our fighter cover. Okay, wave number 1. So, we roll here 1 die for each wave. All right, 3. Rolls a 3. He runs off 2 fighters. So, 22 was 2 fighters. This one, 110 low, and that's why I wrote them down. And this one, out of here, and 190. Okay. Next one is, okay, we ran off 2. I'm going to have to get something to put here because I keep poking holes in the paper. We ran off 2. Okay, 55. Now we roll. And again, 3 is another 2. And that wave was 55, which was 190 low, 3 109. So we run off with our 3. We run off 2. So we're going to get rid of the 190 low, and then we got 3 109s, 12 level, 12 high, and the other one level. I'm going to go for, I want the ball, I don't want the turrets to hammer them. So let's do, he's going to have to fire anyway. Level. Okay, we're going to run off 109 from the level. So that's our 2 fighters there. All right, one more roll. Let's find out what the next one is. That was 2 also here. The next one is 1. Not good. Roll 0. We ran off 0. Crapola. All right. That's what we got coming at us. All right. That'd be funny. Okay, we did that. We're going to assign the defensive fire. M1. Okay, let's see. These guys are high. Top turret. He's level. So he is 12 level, which is going to be the top turret and the nose. This guy is getting shot at by this. Okay. So we can do, it doesn't say you do individual ones, but I'm going to say we know what's firing at that. So let's just mark it off and see if we hit them. So we do the nose and the top turret. And let's see. Let's see. Twin guns add a +1 to the die roll against FW-190s. All damage rolls against are -1 unless the firing gun is a twin gun, which rolls damage normally. Okay, notes A. Twin guns, top and ball, add +1 to die roll except against FW-190s. Okay. So, nose fires at 12 level. He's going to need a 6 to hit. Nope, he missed. And top turret fires. He needs a 6 to hit also, but he gets a +1. 3 + 1 is 4, which is still a miss. All right. Now, the next one, let's just do this here. We'll just do the 130 level. And where's 130 low level? Okay. And we only get the starboard cheek. Starboard cheek. We fire at him. And it's a 6. Missed. Okay. Next is the 109 level from 1030. 1030 level, it's going to be the port cheek, which again is a 6 for a hit. No, got close though. And that was the port cheek. And now he's high. That is 1030 high. We can get the port, we can get the top turret, port cheek, and port waist. So let's go port waist, port cheek, and the top turret. So now we can roll and see if we get some hits here. But it says note A. I don't have a note A. Don't have a note A. So we just go here to 1030 level. Oh, wait a minute. No, 1030 high. Sorry, my bad. Okay, we got a roll of 6. No notes here. So, you see the top of my head most of the time? I don't think so. Okay. Let's look at 1030 high. All right. Top turret fires. Miss. Port cheek fires. Miss. Port waist fires. Miss. Badly. Okay. Everybody missed. Now we can take these away because we missed everybody here. Miss this guy. Now we have 12 o'clock high, 2 of them. 12 high. We got the nose again and the top turret. Okay. So first guy. You roll the top turret. Miss. Nose. Oh, gotta mark them off. Oh, hit with the nose. Come here. Okay, we got a hit with the nose. Okay, we got one hit on the nose. One hit for the nose guy, okay. And that is high. Okay, perfect. Okay, we got one hit. Now we roll over here. M2. We do for each result from M1. The twin guns, it's not all damage rolls against a -1. Nope, we got none of that. And we missed with the top turret. So we roll, and we got a 6. Fighter destroyed and may not fire at the B-17. Wow, that nose guy destroyed him. So we got the nose, which would be the bombardier, I guess, at this point. Let's see, starboard waist engineer, bombardier. He got with a light wound. The bombardier got 1 kill. All right, now the next one, same 2 guys. Top turret fires first, and what did we end up with? 2. Now nose fires at this guy again, misses. Okay. So they miss. We can get rid of this. And, okay. Now we've done that and resolved defensive fire. We did that. Now the German fighter attacks. M3. All right. We'll just move these over here so I can take a look here. Let's do 1030 level. 1030 or 130 level. 5 or 6 for hit. This guy, 4. He's a miss. He missed. He leads. Okay, let's see. This guy is level also. Well, it doesn't matter. He fires. Miss. He leaves. This guy, he fires. Oh, he got a hit. A 6. So now we determine where that hit was. All right, that's a 2. Let's see, number of German fighters who did that. Okay, shell hits B4. All right, we go to B4 to find how many shells hit per area. Roll 2 die per successful attacking fighter. That guy we know is going to attack. And got 1 hit. So let's just do the other guys. We got 1 hit. And we got through that and try this. We've got to annotate all this stuff. We got we're going to come over here. We got a 109. 1 hit. And see the fighter cover. We successful attacks will crap, I don't remember what it was. Running off at least 1 fighter. Should have wrote that down. Roll 1 die for each wave. Should have written that down. That's a mess up. Okay, so next we're going to do the guy coming in on the nose, which is 12. 12 level needs a 5 or 6 to hit. 4, he misses. This guy comes in. He's high. And he rolls. Oh, he got a hit too. Okay, now we got to determine what hit. And then I'm going to have to call it, say my fighter cover ran them off. Or I can just roll again on good cover and we'll see. Because I didn't write it down, I don't know what they are. We'll roll again just to be sure. Okay. So now we roll for where the shells hit. Shells hit by area. We'll do the 1030 guy first. Okay, we got 1 hit from 1030. And 1 hit from 12 high. 109. 1 hit 12 high. Okay, this is level. Okay, 1030 level. So let's go to 1030 level. And number of shell hits, we roll 2. When the attacking fighter is the 190, 110, nope. After determine the number of shell hits, go to table B5 to find out where they hit. Okay, here we go. And add those up, and we 8. Okay, got one shell. One shell. Okay, and now the 109 from 12, which is, same one. So roll that. And looks like we got us a 9, which is 2 shell hits. Now 2 shells. Okay, so now we determine where they hit. Shell location B5. All right, B5. All right, now he's attacking from attack from level. Okay, this guy hits me. What's that? We add that up. That's a 5. Superficial damage, Zippo. So he hit. We'll see. Do we run him off? We'll just have to roll here for good fighter cover. 1. Okay. Nope. So he comes back for another attack. And this guy, we roll from same place. We'll roll 2 dice, see what we get. And that's a 10. Tail. Okay, second hit was a tail. Let's see, 1 was a miss. And that's actually superficial. 1 was superficial, and 1 was tail. And now we find out what the area of the tail and see what happens. What they hit. Handheld. Tail section. Okay, here we go. As this guy passes through, the tail gunner is going to take a shot at him unless he's dead. So he shoots a tail. We're down here at the tail. And we roll 2 die per hit. We got 1 hit on the tail. And we got 6, which is superficial damage, no effect. This is also superficial. And he passes through tail. He's going to take a shot at him. He's a twin gun. And that would be, where is it? Tail always gets a shot, but okay. See, as he comes down, I'm going to say he's level. I'm going to call it, no, I just have to roll it to 6. 6 to hit him. We roll 6, hit. Sweet. All right, now hit him. Now we roll for the effect of the hit. 6, destroyed. As he passed over the aircraft, the tail gunner opened up on him and blew him up. He is gone. Tail gunner. He got himself 1 kill. All right, this guy comes in for another attack. We don't need to, okay, comes in for an attack. We need to do defensive fire again. And that is level, which is going to be 1030 level, which is going to be port cheek only. And that's a 6 for hit. Nope, he missed. So now this guy's coming in. He's coming in there. Let's see, offensive fire. And this is 1030 higher level. He needs a 5 or a 6 to hit. Missed. And he passes through and he misses and continues on. Heads for home because he missed, he's out. So, got really lucky. Wow. So we should have done flak first, I think, but we didn't. But we're going to do flak now. Flak over the targets. We roll 1 die. 5. Medium flak. And we roll 2 die 3 times. And we got a 4. Miss. 11 is a miss. And a 10 is a miss. All right. No flak hits. Zone 3. All of that. Now we're in zone 3, which we have to determine our fighter cover first off. This zone, fighter cover. 2. Fighter cover 2 is poor. Okay, poor. That's not going to be good. All right, now number of waves. Then we're back to here, so we don't have to add. This is still a +1 because of squadron position, and then this is 0, unless that's where these go and how many waves go here. It doesn't matter. I know what it is. So we have a 0 here. I'll put a 0 here, a +1 there. We had a whole bunch of waves there, and a 0, 4. Now B1, B2. Okay. B5, B1, B2. Okay, we are no longer over the target zone. So it's 0, no modifiers. We roll 1 die. 1. No waves in that zone. That is sweet. Now we go to zone. We just move our bomber on because there's no action to take. We are in zone 2. Now let's determine our fighter cover. Be good or something here. Okay, fighter cover. 2 is again poor. Must use all their fuel up, running them off earlier. So now, non-designated again. This is a -1 for zone 2. Okay, this was 0. -1. So let's see, we always do a -1. So even if we roll a 6, it's only going to be 2 waves. So it'd be nice to roll a 0 or a 3. No, it's target zone. My bad. So we roll, we roll a 3 through. If we roll 1 to 2, it's going to be none as it gets up on your screen, and 3 to 5 is 1, but we got -1, so that ends up being 0. Only way they can hit us with a fighter wave is by rolling a 6. Here we go. 5. 5 -1 is 4, which is 5 is 1 wave. So we have 1 wave. Thought we were going to get out of there safely. Where my ball gunner get back over here. Radio operator. I'm going to have to move. I think I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this further over because I always seem to hit it. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. So now we have zone 2. We have let's see, in zone 2 we have 1 wave. All right, we have 1 wave. Now we determine, we roll 1 die for each, and we got poor. So it looks like a 5 or a 6 is the only way we're going to run anybody off. So here we go. 2, 0, and 0. So they're going to attack now. They're going to be in good order, I bet you. So next we're going to do is number of waves. B1. Okay, I already got that. We got -4 is 1. Yeah, we got 1 wave. Yeah, we got that. Okay. Now 1 wave, and we roll for the attacking wave here. And again, 10s, and 65 is, holy crap, 5109. Wow. That's a 65, right? Making sure. 65. Yep. Okay. We got 12 level. Well, we're not out of the woods yet. 3 high. 130 high. 65, 130 high, 6 high. Wow. And 1 vertical dive, B. It says, B-17 cannot fire at this fighter, nor may it be driven off by fighter cover. Okay, so vertical dive. Right here, coming down. Okay. Wow. Now, I already know my fighter cover is poor. We didn't run any fighter cover. We should have picked the fighters first and then did that. Sorry about that. Got that in reverse order. Should have found out the wave and then did the M4. Now we assign defensive fire. Okay. Well, we'll do the 6 level tail guns. And this is a 190 or a 109. We get a hit on them with a 4, 5, or 6, so 50% chance. 3, naturally, didn't hit him. Now, vertical dive, can't shoot at him. We're going to do 3 o'clock level. Put these over here. 3 o'clock level. 3 level. Okay. Oops. Tail. Mark off the tail. And now we're doing 3. No, that's 3 high. 3 high. We have the top turret. Get a fire from the top turrets, but he gets a 4, 5, or 6 starboard waist, and then the starboard waist. So we could put top turret here, starboard waist, port waist, little cheek. No cheeks, starboard waist. Here we go. All right, we got those 2 guys shooting at him. Let's do the starboard waist first, and that is 3 high. Starboard waist needs a 6. Missed. Woo, badly. Now this is a 109, so 5 or 6 for the top turret, and there are no modifiers. 6. That's a hit. Okay, you got 1 hit. Now we roll here. See what the effect is. 2. He is damaged but continues to attack at a -1. So we got the 3 o'clock is a hit at a -1. All right, got him. All right. Now, still can't do him. We do 130. 130 high. And that is 130 high. Okay. We have the top turret again. Starboard cheek. And the starboard waist. All right. Everybody's got to hit him with a 6. So, miss. Wow. 1 back-to-back ones. Everybody missed. Okay, can't shoot at him still. This guy is level. So 12 level. We have the nose and the top turret. Top turret fires again. Nose fires again. And there's 6s. Nope. Both misses. All right, this is this was the 3 o'clock. Got it. Everybody else didn't get it. Didn't get hit. Oh, okay. Now comes the bad part. Did that. Now, German M3. We do German attacks. First off, let's do tail, which is 6 o'clock high. We, to hit the B-17, he just needs to roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Well, the chances of him hitting me are pretty good. 2. He missed. Holy mackerel. Thank you, die. He's out. All right. Now we have now let's see. He is at a -1 and he is 3 high. So 4, 5, or 6. 6, 5. He gets 1 hit. That is from 3 o'clock. He gets 1 hit. We don't know where the hit is yet. And now we do the 130 high. 130 high needs to roll a 5 or a 6. 3. He misses. He's out. And level, 12 level. 5 or 6 also. 3. He misses. Whew. And now the vertical. Vertical dive is 5 or 6. Let's see. Vertical dive would be a 5. Nobody could shoot at him. 5 or 6. This? Yes. Whew. He went through and missed. So the only out of that, which is our last zone, we got 1 hit. Let's hopefully we don't kill ourselves here. So now we do the number of shell hits, which is B4. Shell hit by area, which is 3. So we roll 2 die and add that up to a 7. 7 is 1. 1 shell. 1 shell. All right. Now next, we need to, let's see, shell locations, B5. So we go to B5 for shell location. And he is attacking from 3 high. And we roll 2. And that is an 8. Starboard wing. Okay, he hits 1 shell. Starboard. There it is again. Broken holes. Starboard wing. Now, he hit me in the starboard wing, which means he's going to, the fighter continues to attack at a -1, which was good for him. All right. And then he's going to come back around for a second attack. Okay. So, we got, wing, starboard wing. We roll 2 die per shell hit, which is 1 shell hit. Starboard wing, and here we go. We got 8 superficial damage. Good. Superficial. Okay, this 109 is going to make its second attack here. Now, as he comes around a second, let's just double check this again. Okay, we're going to specify the fighter. No, we don't have to do that in the wave because we're not specifying new fighters because this is the same attack we've already got in the waves. And we know that we rolled over here for our fighter cover, which is fair, right? Poor, I'm sorry. Poor. So, and we rolled a number where they didn't run off any, so. Okay, so he's going to attack. We're going to assign our defensive fire, which again here, he's off to the side because I don't need those. And we are looking again at 3 o'clock level, so we're looking at top and vault. turrets. So, ball turrets, top turrets, and starboard waist. Okay, there we go. We got our defensive fire set. And now what we need to do here is just double check what we have to roll. Oh no, is that high? No, I'm sorry, that's high, isn't it? Shoot. Okay. No ball turret. No ball turret. I keep forgetting that that's high. Yeah, there we go. Okay, ball turret. All right, so we just got the top and the waist. It's 3 o'clock high. Okay, we need, if it was a 110, we could roll 4, 5, or 6 for the top turret, and they would get a hit. It's 109, so it's a 5 or 6. So here we go. 5. Oh, hit. Got one hit on him. So let's see. Top turret. And this will be the last zone. Gets a hit. 1. Alrighty. Now we're going to go ahead and, well, we'll just roll for the waist, starboard waist also here. And there we go. Okay, starboard waist going to need 6 to hit him. 3. Okay, he misses him. Now we look at this damage here. And this is, I'm just looking at the waves here. We got 4 out, 3 waves. Got 0. Hit nose. And over here. Okay, we did get 1 hit on him before. So if we get a second hit on this fighter, he will break off his attacks. Because if we have 2 or more fighters damaged, but continues, he becomes a fighter damaged and breaks off after this attack, but it's attack at -2. So let's see what we get. 5 and a 5. Oh, his fighter is destroyed as he came back in. Boom! 109 blew up. So that was our top turrets. Oh, he's engineered. Shoot, what am I thinking? Okay, so he got 1 kill also. So we got a hit. Fighter got destroyed, so we'll remove that. All right, so now that's all the fighters. We're going to be moving next. Here we go, zone 1, no German attacks. We continue to move. Now we have to determine what our English weather will be like. So here we go. We're now back home landing. Let's put that there, and let's determine our weather. And beginning to remember kind of where these items are. Now, I know I've got the weather here somewhere. Oh, I thought it was in this one. It's not. Okay, weather. Let's just look. 01. Okay, weather over the base. Here we go. Weather over the base. Let's see what we get. 4. 4 is good. Weather over the base. So we also have good here. Alrighty, let's see. We good with no notes. So now we can just do landing. Landing on land. And we don't, well, after we land, we don't have to roll for these wounds. So let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. We do have to roll for wounds. I think it's light, though. Okay, well, we'll find out here. All right. We have, what do we have to roll? We roll 2 die. And basically a 2 through 12 is no problem. No modifiers. I thought I had a modifier last time, but we'll see. And that's a 6. So 6 he lands safely. B, we're back. Let's taxi in. Let's get all set up for our next mission. So what we have now is, let's just double check this. The won 4 wounds. Let's see here. Let me see what's it. D4. Yeah, 4. Okay. After landing, roll 1 die is rolled for each seriously wounded crew member. No, we don't have any serious. So that looks like that's it. So we are back and we have finished another mission. That was mission number 7 with our Majestic Reaper. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be doing some editing here because I got some parts in it I really don't like, but we'll get this video out for you. So there we go. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's mission, and we're back. This episode is going to be a little longer. I think the missions are going to take a little bit longer. May put up a poll to determine whether you want them all. I'm going to put up a poll if you want to keep these as one episode, or if the missions take longer than an hour to break them up. But that is it for today. So as always, I'm Captain Jake, wishing you fair winds and following seas. Until next time.